Hi ladies, Jody here from Healing Journey. So I'm going to talk to you today a little bit more about how to manage your anxiety, and I'm going to give you some more strategies on what you can do. And this is actually going to be useful during this time in COVID when all of our routines are kind of all over the map. So if you're in this group, you're probably struggling from anxious thinking, maybe panic attacks, maybe you're struggling to sleep at night. Maybe you're somebody who has an anxious gut, and you go through your entire day without being able to feel calm, or maybe you have those waves where you're feeling calm and then you get a wave of anxiety and then you're calm again. Maybe it's a bit of a roller coaster. So today I'm going to give you a tip that is going to show you or build on your tool set of how to manage your anxiety. So it's actually something that I incorporate into the holistic anxiety fix, and I'm going to share some details about that with you below. But basically, it's a 12-week program that I use to help women in 3 months crush their anxiety. It's helped lots of my clients. So stay tuned for some strategies on how you can manage your anxiety. And these are actually probably strategies that you may not even have thought about in relation to anxiety. Anxiety can be really, really difficult to deal with. And I think right now during COVID, there's this extra kind of a layer of anxiety going around. So if you've had anxiety pre-COVID, then things probably got a lot worse for you. So maybe you're somebody, I know some of you are kind of living alone right now, and so there's like a loneliness factor added in, or maybe you're on the other end of the spectrum where you're living with children and you want to pull out your hair. And I know there are some of you also who are struggling with health-based anxieties. And so having this threat of COVID has actually made it worse for you. And so when we talk about anxiety, there's lots of different layers we can come in at when we're healing anxiety, but often the symptoms are very, very similar, even if the root causes are different. So maybe you're somebody who's tried medication. I know there's several of you who've tried medication, and that's not really something that's worked for you, or it hasn't, connected with your body type, or maybe you're just somebody who doesn't want to try medication. Maybe you've tried talk therapy, and oftentimes talk therapy can be great just to even get it off your chest. It can lower anxiety a little bit, but it may not have gotten you to a place where you wanted to, or maybe, you're somebody who, did really well, and then COVID happened and it threw everything kind of off. And so, this one thing that I'm going to talk about, it can be hugely transformative on your day. So people typically, what we do is we'll find something that we think works, or the media tells works, or, that's kind of the norm of what works. And so we'll go after it and we'll do it over and over and over. I know that's definitely something I did with, for example, my gut issues. Was I tried to eat the same clean diet over and over and over. And of course, I'm not going to get any different results because a clean diet wasn't going to solve my problem. And the same thing actually happens with anxiety. So if you've tried a solution, maybe it's lowered it a little bit, but it didn't solve your problem, then you really haven't hit the root cause of your problem. Or for some people, it's root causes. So sometimes and many times there's this biochemical contribution towards anxiety. And mainstream is all about thinking and thoughts. And I'm definitely going to get into that as I keep doing lives in this group. So stay tuned for more lives on thinking and things like that. But one of the other big things is, the biological piece of things. And so, looking at the biological piece can be one of the main reasons you're not getting the results. And so, This is something that I find can be a massive piece of the missing puzzle. So my background is a therapist, so I'm trained with a master's of social work, but I've also done a lot of diving into the biological contributions towards anxiety. And the reason being is with my clients, when I did therapy with them, so cognitive behavior therapy, they kind of came down a notch with their anxiety, but it wasn't where they needed to be because there was biological factors that were contributing to their anxiety. So I am sharing you this because I think that it's really, really important for you to understand that the biological piece is a big part of your anxiety. So I'd love to hear from you if you're watching this. What is something that you would like to address in terms of your anxiety, and what outcome are you looking for? Because what we really want, I know what I wanted when I struggled with heart palpitations, is I wanted my old life back. I wanted to be able to do things without getting extremely overwhelmed or exhausted, or to feel my heart fluttering all the time, because I kind of felt like I couldn't manage the things that I used to be able to manage. So the tip I want to share with you today is actually about blood sugar balancing. And so you might be like, what? What does blood sugar balancing have to do with my anxiety? Well, let me tell you, if your blood sugar is not balanced, then what happens is you end up on this roller coaster with your cortisol. So your cortisol is going to go up and down, and your cortisol is a hormone that's produced in response to stress, and it also supports a balanced blood sugar. So when your blood sugar is balanced, your cortisol levels are going to be more likely to be balanced, which means that you're not going to be getting that physiological response to stress. And actually, irritability and fatigue and those kinds of anxiety and a racing heart can actually be symptoms of hypoglycemia, which is a result of unbalanced blood sugar. And the reason that this is so timely is because a lot of times during COVID, for a lot of people, their routine kind of got thrown off. And so you might have been somebody that had this great routine where you got up in the morning and you had breakfast, and then, you got a lunch break at work, you had lunch, or maybe you had a routine with your kids. And now that routine is getting thrown off. And that can be a problem because then our eating routines get thrown off. And when our eating routines get thrown off, when we're skipping breakfast or skipping meals or eating erratically, then our blood sugar gets thrown off. When we're also eating, sugary snacks, which, let's face it, that's a lot of people's go-tos for managing stress and anxiety. And I know when COVID first happened, I actually reached for some sugary snacks as well. We sort of eat our way through the stress, right? And those sugary snacks are also going to send your blood sugar completely roller coastering. And so one of the strategies for you to balance your blood sugar, well, I'll give you two actually, is to eat breakfast and eat regular meals throughout the day, and also to eat regular snacks. So our goal here isn't to lose weight. Our goal here isn't to do some keto. Our goal is to reduce anxiety. And this alone can have a massive impact, especially if for you, it was one of the root causes of your anxiety. So if you're suffering from anxiety and this is resonating for you, then absolutely try to eat those regular snacks. You want your snack to be a protein paired with a fat. You don't want it to be that sugary chocolate bar snack or a bag of chips or something like that. You want it to be a healthier snack that's going to help you to balance your blood sugar out. So eat breakfast and try snacks, and let me know below if you're going to do it and what it was like for you. So keep me posted on how that goes, because I'm really hoping that I can be a support for you as we move together through COVID, and as we start to uncover some of the root causes of your anxiety. If you want more information, come and find me and private message me.